My name is Marco Andrioli, and I am the technical manager of Santoni. I'm pleased to introduce the circular machine with the finest gauge ever built in the world. The machine makes the stitch without using the sinkers, but only by using the needles with the support of the cylinder's edge. A special mobile holding down jack, Santoni's patent, is inserted only to unload the loop when the needle begins to rise again, and moves away when the needle descends to pick the yarn. The cylinder 30-inch, which in the loop formation area has as many as 8,472 spaces and is covered by a Santoni patent. A needle thickness of 0.18 mm, never before realized by Grotz-Beckert, is used. The Atlas system prevents the fabric defects often caused by the sinker, vertical lines, irregular stitches, etc. A very clear problem with extreme gauges. In the traditional jersey stitch, the sinker movement, which is needed to facilitate the stitch production, exerts considerable stress on the stitch, with an ensuing oversizing of the loops. In contrast, the stitch made with the Atlas system is narrower and more compact, just because of the absence of such an obstacle. A shorter length of stitch means greater dimensional stability right on the loop formation. To get a certain weight, the possibility to use thinner yarns with respect to traditional machines. All to the benefit of the fabric's quality and its look and feel. Lower dimensional adjustment after production. The cooperation between Santoni and the Technology and Development Center, TEZ, has allowed Grotz-Beckert to develop and build the textile parts, needles, holding down jacks, cylinder, for the loop formation. The holding down jack is made with high precision, because in its working phase it has to contain two needles. The needle guide function is carried out by the lower part of the holding down jack, which causes, in case of possible swings, the displacement of both elements with resulting lack of shocks. The system studied by Santoni in collaboration with Grotz-Beckert does not cause friction between needle and holding down jack in the yarn's running area. This condition leads to very long needle service life. The Atlas works with very low yarn tensions, made possible by the use of the holding down jack in the loop formation process. The low yarn tension causes decidedly low stress on latches. This possibility is very useful with very fine gauges when latches are very thin. The yarn sliding on sinkers in traditional machines leads to bad positioning of the yarns on the knitting platform, with resulting plating defects. The Atlas has proved to be free from this knitting defect, thanks to the fact that after yarn insertion and completion of the loop formation, the yarn does not come into contact with any other element apart from the cylinder. Only after loop formation and stabilization does the holding down jack come into contact with the yarn. In the event of a restart, the holding down jack's presence avoids stitch build-up on the needles, thus preventing breakage. This system, patented by Santoni, offers clear advantages in terms of energy consumption and of heating of the textile head. In this gauge, the total friction force applied to the needles is approximately 40% lower than that of a machine with a traditional cylinder. The cooperation between Santoni and the Grotz-Beckert Technology and Development Center enabled us to realize this ambitious technological development. The excellent results are making us consider new projects together with the Grotz-Beckert Technology and Development Center.